Reentry, finding a job is different. Finding housing is different. Relationships are different. Fathering is different, right? And those concepts aren't taught. Those concepts are not even introduced at all at any point. And those are the most crucial components that will determine the quality of your freedom and the length of your freedom. So if you don't address those, then it won't be long before you going back to prison.
Energy that hooked into me like a talent and dragged me around until I could break free.
We moved to Austin when I was about 5 years old from Abilene, Texas. Right? I didn't come from an impoverished neighborhood. I came from a two-parent family. The circumstances that led to my incarceration centered specifically on choices. I was introduced to, drugs and gangs in college.
Lewis started selling drugs to pay for tuition and to fit in with his group of friends.
College became that place where I was introduced to that male bonding. And so it was the first time where I felt a different kind of affection that I never felt at home. At some point, I felt like it was whack for my dad to be paying my tuition.
But the next turn of events changed his life forever.
I got robbed. When I got robbed, he took some stuff that was not mine. I couldn't afford not to have it back. And I went to go get the money back, and he wasn't having it.
Lewis says a gun was drawn on him, and in self-defense, he stabbed the man. That man later died. Lewis called the police himself.
It was me calling the cops saying that I killed him in self-defense. And when the cops came, I gave my statement to a detective on the scene. And I ended up giving a second statement downtown. And it's the contradiction between those two statements that my attorney leveraged in convincing me to take a plea bargain of 20 years. When you're doing time, you actually think you are being punished. You actually feel like your sentence is your punishment. So when you come home, you are expecting that you have served your time. And so when you enter this system and this society to where people are still considering you the worst day of your life, every day of your life, it's something that no one prepares you for. So reentry for me was hard.
As many folks facing reentry do, Lewis struggled to find employment. To meet parole requirements, Lewis found work as a DJ at a strip club and freelanced as a music video director. That lifestyle led to a major health scare and sent him to the hospital.
I was drinking Monster energy drinks and 5-hour energy drinks and taking every energy supplement I could, and I ended up in the hospital with a irregular heartbeat, high blood pressure, and a pulse that was at like 145.
But that's where he woke up to his true calling.
I made a plea bargain. I prayed to God. I said, God, if you let me live, I'll tell my story. That put me back into prisons, being able to walk out. It put me in places that hiding my background never put me. The moment that I came public about going to prison and the impact that that had on my life, doors began to open up. And at that same time, there was a fair chance hiring conversation going around nationally. Some folks from Greg Kassar's staff put together a contingent of formerly incarcerated folks, put us in the room, right, and asked us if we were interested in trying to push an ordinance. From that is when grassroots approached me about being an organizer. I'm sorry. Well, It's age before beauty.
Fair chance hiring is an ordinance that was passed in Austin in March of 2016. It seeks to, give folks with criminal histories a fair chance at being judged, and that is how I met Lewis. I had an opportunity to hire an organizer, and I knew I wanted to hire Lewis. He's a star. He can talk to anyone. He is not afraid of his history. I think, having fought for policy change as an advocate, as an organizer, as someone who's directly affected by the policies that you're changing, I think recognizing the power of folks in office, particularly in Austin, and be that voice from the dais.
Lewis filed to run for City Council District 1 in a race that will include Mariana Salazar, Natasha Harper Madison, and Vincent Harding.
So our campaign is the canary in the coal mine when it comes to electoral politics. We're the first time in history where someone with a criminal background has placed their name on the ballot. And we talked about being here on this day. We definitely didn't think, right? But most importantly, it's 100 million people across America that have a background, and their loved ones and their family members that are now able to see themselves where they were once the problem, now becoming closest to the solutions. So for me, it's the ending of a cycle. It's turning the name Conway from prison to politics.